Episode of the Chadcast podcast. I'm your host Briggs, and joining me today we have my fellow co-host, like always, Tyler Doe.
Hi.
Hi. And we have a special guest joining us today. I consider him a Chad, but I want to ask him some questions about what he thinks a Chad is. If he considers himself a Chad. We got Tekking 101 here.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Thanks for having me on, Briggs. I'm not an expert on Twitch, but I think this is the premier Chad-based podcast on Twitch. I would say, personally.
It's true.
It is.
You know what's so funny, actually? So I finally handled the Chadcast is now available on Spotify.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey, golf clap for Briggs, because Jesus Christ, I thought that was never going to get
Oh
done,
yeah,
I'll be honest with you.
bro, I didn't think it was gonna happen either, to be honest. When I was saying I was gonna do it, I'm like, I'm never doing that.
Yeah.
But I finally did it. I handled it. We got approved by Spotify. It's there. I go to put in upload the first episode. I go to type it in to look it up. There are like 5 or 6 other Chadcast podcasts. And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
Did we mess up our branding? I didn't realize this existed.
Briggs messages me, and I go, should we rebrand? And Briggs' response was essentially, bro, we're fucking Chads. No. He's like, no, bro, we power through.
We must become the #1 Chadcast. That was my answer.
There's like a separate category on Twitch. It's like, here's gaming stuff, here's unboxing videos, here's Chad. It's just Chad. That's a topic, you know.
Yeah.
I said they need to change a category on Twitch for us to be just chatting instead of just chatting.
There you go. Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy, but I low-key investigated all the other Chadcasts. I'm like, all right, let's see how good these guys are. I'm like, how Chadly are you guys out of 10? I'm like, oh, we got this easy.
Bro, they were probably out there like being like big babies, while me and Briggs are big brain.
There we go.
Can't rebrand, man. You got to stay
Chad
with
cannot
it, right?
rebrand. Even if we get sued, Briggs, if we get sued, you handle the suing. I mean, I'll just be on the background. I did put this LLC under your name exclusively, so it's gonna be all on you. But you take care of it, you know.
All right, I have a question for Tekking before we jump into anything.
Go for it.
Do you consider yourself a Chad?
I don't. You'd have to describe Chad to me, because it's one of those things that's like, all right, that's a thing the internet's doing, but all right, I haven't really put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah, it's fair enough. I think most people don't put a lot of thought into it.
Mm-hmm.
And
now defining Chad is what half of our fucking podcast is about.
Although I will say this. I do usually think of a Chad as somebody that has pretty epic facial hair, and I just don't have that. That is one of the criteria I guess my mind has always immediately went to.
I think
I don't think that's required.
Like face value, like the memes and stuff is like some big dude who works out and has like a nice beard or whatever. But honestly, like a lot of like what we get into with the Chadcast, like we've kind of made it our own thing. Is that Chadcast? Like the Chad's all about self-improvement and overcoming obstacles for like one thing, whether it's working out or just conquering YouTube, like Tekking has done while sitting on his bed and just talking and having no cuts, which blows my mind.
Oh, there's cuts. It takes me sometimes 35 minutes to get through an intro. There's cuts.
I mean, there's cuts, but like I'll watch a 45-minute video of yours and I swear I see like 3.5 cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you looked at the traditional use of the word Chad like on the internet, you'd be like, no, this is Chad. But if you looked at the version that me and Briggs are pushing, absolute fucking unit, definitely a Chad, has the work ethic of a god. Also, like Tekking, and again, I said this to you last time that I talked to you, but it wasn't live, so I'm gonna act like this is the first time I've ever said this to you. But
yeah,
I remember it being like really fucking crazy to me. Like whenever I actually started making videos, I was like, how the fuck does he just talk for 30 minutes straight? How the hell is he doing that? Like that's Chadly in and of itself.
Yeah, the secret with that is pretty much like I think I was watching a lot of videos that would do like jump cuts within like the first 5 seconds. Like, hey everybody, how are you doing today on YouTube? You know, and I'm looking at that and I'm like, I can get through like a minute. So I'll try to do an intro clean. And it takes me a lot. Like seriously, it'll take me 20-30 minutes on a bad day to get through an intro of like 5 minutes. It takes a long time.
Sometimes the intro's the hardest part.
Yeah, it really is. And then because I don't script these, I just dive right in. So
that's fucking insane.
And I'll come up with a new idea in the middle, and I'm like, okay, stop and start all over again with this new idea. And after I hit a certain flow, like a rhythm, I'm good. But the number of videos I've done with no cuts whatsoever, I can count on like my one hand. I actually remember one of them. It's I did a Bleach video on Komamura, the Fox captain guy. I did a video on his Zanpakuto Tenkin. And I managed to do that entire video in one take.
That is
no
insane.
Cuts. That's the only one I remember. There's a few others, but other than that, it takes a lot of time.
But even whenever you are doing the cut, I mean, come on, be realistic with us. How much editing are you doing, Tekking? How long does it take you to edit your videos?
Hour and a half, 2 hours.
Oh fuck, that's way longer than I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna be like, yeah, I just go in there, fucking cut out 1 or 2 things, then
Well,
No,
if
no,
it,
it's
Tyler,
well,
if it's a
because
45-minute video,
Yeah.
even just watching it once.
yeah,
and
true.
I've made mistakes a lot. There's a few people that'll watch like the video, and at the beginning, I really try to be accurate. By the time I get to the 40-minute mark, I'm like, don't care as much, and I'll skip over some parts, and I'm like, I just want it to get done. And then there'll be a part in the video they'll be like, so anyway, Luffy punches. So anyway, Luffy punches Kaido right in the face. You know, like it'll do that. Like that's how I like.
Well, the average
Bro,
viewer probably makes it 15-20 minutes anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, I love those kind of moments in YouTube videos. Whenever people forget, I fucking live for that. If I find that, I'm like, oh hell yeah, this is so funny to me. Bro, you guys see that one thing that happened to that one YouTuber? Like, yeah, this was like, I guess like 4 or 5 years ago now, but she essentially like made this entire video. It was like this vlog where she's like hanging out with her dog, and in the middle of the video, she just starts like blatantly abusing her fucking dog and forgets to edit it out.
Jesus Christ!
Like she was like hitting the shit
So-
out of it and
Oh my
spitting on
God.
it.
What happened was she uploaded something that wasn't the edited video, or like she like recorded and then like she had the actual like done video, and then she had like one where she had it on and then her dog interrupted and she like fucking abused it, which was ridiculous
Bro.
and disgusting.
God.
And then she like had to like stop that recording and start a new one. She uploaded the wrong recording.
Bro,
and like just canceled herself.
insane. And
Can't
she
do
tried
that,
to tried to do a comeback, and I was like, nah.
No.
You're mean
Bro,
to
it's
your
over
dog.
for you. Yeah, you're
Now,
over. It's over.
my dog is actually like afraid of when I like my microphone or whatever. So whenever I set up my microphone on my desk, she's like, "Oh hell no, I don't want anything." So I have like my door open back here, and she's just sitting in the hallway, but she won't come in my room.
I think that's
insane.
one thing I respect about streaming is like you could be faking a YouTube video for 10 minutes, but like if you're streaming for 6 hours, I could usually tell if I like someone or like they're just like a shitty human being like Tyler. What?
Oh my god! All right.
I'm just fucking with you, bro. I wouldn't do a podcast with you if you were a shitty human being.
Bro,
you're a nice,
he
you're a
makes
nice
fun
boy.
of me. First, he makes fun of me for my Apex skill on a thing that I'm not even on. Now he's roasting me on my own.
Dude, that
podcast.
was so funny though. I feel like I made that fucking that draft
Bro,
so much
that
more
was so
entertaining.
funny. That was so funny. People that came in my chat were like, "Bro, Briggs just roasted the shit out of you," and then I went back and watched it. I was dying, bro. Oh, by the way, Briggs, my own editor fucking roasted me with you the other day on
Let's
on my
go.
video. He literally added in this part. I have a line where I'm talking about Epo, and I'm like, he goes from 0 to hero, wimp to Chad, and whenever it says wimp to Chad, it's my face and your face. For Chad.
Let's go.
And then I say from virgin to slightly less awkward, more buff virgin, and it goes from me to you again.
That's funny.
That's so good.
So
that's
funny.
so good.
That's funny. See,
Crack
that's
me up,
what
bro.
you do when you let someone else edit your videos. They're like, okay, I'll edit your video, but you know, I'm gonna have some fun with this.
Bro,
too.
I love it. Bro, this guy specifically, his name's Vor. He's a great editor.
Cool,
He's Sin's brother. But yeah,
Oh, neat.
I love like this guy is so creatively like he's just so smart creatively. I feel like he's just like the perfect balance of like being personally like me personally knowing him so I can reach out to him whenever I want, and then also just being like I know whatever he gets back to me, I'm gonna be dying laughing. Like he's gonna make it twice as funny.
It's great.
So he's just great.
Yeah, what's it called?
Um,
I've used Vor for a couple videos, and I recommended him. So we have a charity event coming up for like a little Apex tournament that we're doing, which was the draft that I roasted you on. So actually, I don't know if I should spoil this, but I recommended Vor for something for that. So that's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, bro, he's a beast.
Yeah.
Now really quickly, just to get into some questions.
I want to ask Tekking a question. Do you work
Take one
out
up in the
in
chat.
any way?
I have a pair of 10-pound weights I'm staring at right now, and I touch them occasionally.
Nice.
I do like to not so much like weights, but I like to go for a lot of hiking around my town.
Nice.
There's really not much else to do. I
Just-
went for like a 3-mile hike in the woods the other week. It was
Oh hell
actually
yeah!
it was actually kind of nice. I like to play tennis. Like to play basketball.
Honestly,
you
like
know,
sports are like the best workouts, honestly.
yeah.
And
yeah.
like with our
If I ever-
lifestyles and just like being so sedentary, like you need something.
Yeah, yesterday I got my COVID vaccine, the first
Ooh,
one.
nice.
And it was
nice.
actually at my university I went to. They were doing it there, so we're there walking through, and they saw. I walked by the gym area, so they're all in there working out, and I'm thinking, man, I went to this school for like 5 years, and I didn't like 4 years, and I never took advantage of the gym here. You know.
Rip.
Do you have any like goals? Are you just kind of working out to keep in shape whenever you do stuff?
No, I don't have any go. Like I'm okay with the way my body is. You know, I don't look at myself in the mirror and think like I need to have like a rippling abs or whatever. I'm like, I'm good.
So you have good body image, unlike me.
I mean, like I get kind of I actually one thing that I actually am a little worried about, and I've always been worried about my whole life, is actually weighing too less.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because I'm a pretty thin guy,
I
and
used to have that problem.
I weighed about I'm about 5'5", and 120, 122 would be like how I weighed in high school. And I had like a stomach virus once, and I got down to like 115. I was actually really worried because that's like getting kind of close.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm like 130 right now. Like 130 is a good place for me.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
well, obviously, Tyler, like so. Tekking doesn't work out with weight, so his body image is fine. We work
Mhm.
out, so we're always chasing our last pump. We'll never be as big as our last pump, bro. So we're always
There
small.
you go.
That is a legit thing that I think
Yeah.
not a lot of people
Is it a
talk about.
thing? Wow.
Yes, I'm telling you, Teching, the amount of times that I've looked at myself. Keep in mind, I was like in shape whenever I'm telling myself this. I look at myself and I'm like, oh my god, you disgusting pig. And like literally, I look good. Like, if
Yeah,
anybody
like
else saw me, they'd be like,
I would look at Briggs and say like, yeah, dude, you look fine. You look great. You know, you're like, you don't need.
No,
Yeah.
I don't have body image issues either, to be honest. But it's a funny thing in like the working out community, and like certain YouTubers say it all the time. It's funny. It's just like once you start working out, it's the second you'll never be as big as your last pump.
Is it ever a thing where you're like working out at a gym and there's a lot of people there and it's just like, man, I'll never be as like big as this guy, or like,
Oh,
something like
for
that.
sure. Because
Does that
these
happen a
guys,
lot?
there's
Yeah,
these
yeah.
monsters on roids that work out at my
Jesus.
gym.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Oh God.
To be fair though, like whenever I see somebody who's like way too big at the gym, I'm literally just like on steroids, and then I just move on with my life. So that way that I don't have to
Mhm.
And
actually
also,
face
that's
the
not
reality
that
that
kind
I'm
of
literally
look isn't for everybody.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
Like, yeah.
like a lot of times people go too far too. I feel.
well, boys,
So,
I am starting my spring summer bulk 2021. I
bro,
want to gain weight.
Good
Drake,
luck.
this is crazy. Without talking to, and I'm not surprised. We're the same. Without talking to Briggs, I also started a bulk at the exact same
Let's
time as.
go, the Chad Cast
Oh,
boys. Only here. Like most people are like, it's summer.
Lord.
Like people are gonna start going to beaches and pools, and it's hot out. You'd be wearing more revealing clothing. It's time to cut, lose that body fat. I'm like, no, I want to be a chunky boy. I need to put on some
I want to
weight.
be at the gym and making people feel uncomfortable when I
I'll
walk
tell
by.
you
They're
what
like,
though,
big.
my impression with the idea, like because I have friends that work out constantly and they go to the gym and everything. There's a few gyms in town that are nice. I have a feeling like if I ever felt like I wanted to go work out, I wanted to go to the gym, I feel like everybody would be really supportive. No one would look at me like, ha, this fucking
No,
Yeah,
straight
people
beast.
have that
Gym
impression
is
of
the best
people
with
have that
that.
impression of the gym, but honestly, like
Yeah.
I
I
don't know,
did
maybe
for a
more
while.
so with women and shaming, but like guys, like low key, I bring my boys to the
Always
gym all the
supportive.
time that like don't work out. Like I don't know, I feel like bros in the gym are super supportive and helpful.
Yeah, they're always. You know what it reminds me of? It's literally exactly like Mob Psycho 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way that
I
the
love
body
that.
Yo,
makeup is, that's literally how it is.
Jacques, like they have the like this bad perception in media. Like when anytime you have these high school guys, like they're always assholes, and then you go to the gym and they're always assholes. It's like I feel like that's not a reality. Like I connect
No.
so much with the Mob Psycho boys.
I think
Yeah,
that's what
that-
happened to me. Like I was growing up in all these shows and like, these really like, standard movies would be like, those are the jocks. They're like going to make fun of you and stuff. When I got to high school, it's like, hey, one of my best friends was like a football player, two of them actually, and they were the nicest guys I ever met. And they
Bro,
were just like,
you know
super
what's a-
nice. Yeah.
I got to bring this up at least once a podcast. I mean, I got to hit my quota. But the one thing that I found that to be really true in is any martial art that I've ever done, they're literally killers. Like they will fucking kill you, and they're so nice. They're so fucking nice.
I do wish I would have done like karate or something as
Bro,
a kid.
it's not too late
I
for you,
never
Tekken.
did. I know there isn't. I know people are supportive. I could go do that. Yeah.
Bro,
Maybe.
I'm telling you, Tekking, we don't need to talk about this on the podcast, but if you want, bro, we could talk about this off the podcast. Oh, I know what you need to do. I know what you
Okay.
need to do.
All right,
But
well,
anyway.
yo, can I call
Alright,
it?
so-
Tyler's gonna recommend you go to a jujitsu gym.
I'm
you know?
I'm not against that. I don't know if there's any around here, but I'm not against
probably
that.
is.
That sounds awesome.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Bro,
God.
it's the move, bro. I'm telling you, it's literally it's the best way to stay in shape. One and two, Tekking will be a fucking killer within a year that could beat anybody up in a fight within a year. He'll be like able to beat anybody. So it's the ultimate thing you could do.
All right.
Anyways,
I'll look
all right.
up
So,
I'll look up jujitsu. But yeah, thank you.
yeah.